The best time to build wealth is to get a stock after just release and went public on an IPO. This stock right here already times 3 in the past 6 months, and this stock has way more potential to reach up higher. CoreWeave is a stock that is a really a major stock that is evolving whenever it comes to the AI race. AMD, Microsoft, and CoreWeave are the core leaders whenever it comes to AI as well as ChatGPT, right? So this stock right here is a cloud infrastructure company that performs high performance computing resources optimized for machine learning, visual effects, and batch processing. So basically what AI does, it gives you images once you just type in a little input of what it needs. And this was founded in 2017 with a CEO, Michael and Trader, headquarters in Livingston, New York. And as we see right here, look at the market cap, guys. This is great, 58 billion. And the stock just went down in the IPO barely 6 months ago. And look at how the stock was performing the last 3 months. In May, we had touched about $55, and just past in June, we hit $187. So not did the stock times 3, we almost times 4. And now we have CoreWeave in a correction. The reason why I came for you guys in this video is for you to invest into this company and start dollar cost averaging, because this right here is NVIDIA and AMD's backbone. Okay, when it comes to AI, artificial intelligence, this stock is always going to be in the front. Okay, it's just always going to do its research on machine learning is an important feature whenever it comes to algorithms and programming. Artificial intelligence is just basically a bunch of computer code and programs put together that able for you to put an output way faster than a normal program. And I like this stock just because we just been down for the past month. It's already down 25% and it's down $39. But lately I've been seeing a bottom in this stock. And the bottom is just basically whenever a stock hits during the bottom of a low and a correction and a sell-off, and then it starts to correct. And then we see the stock start making new highs to start passing this recent sell-off. And we've seen that the stock went up to 113 on July 31st and went back down to 102 on August 4th. And it's been playing around in this kind of range between 100 and then $113. But right now, if this stock surpasses $120 these next few days, this is a key option that you guys need to pay attention to. And this one's going to help you get away from that work, living check-to-check balance. And it's going to give you more freedom for you to have a nice work-life balance as well. Look at January 2026 and March 2026 call options for about $2,700 to $2,000. This $2,700 one is going to be less risky for you guys, but it's going to be guaranteed for you to hit in the money just because it's already near the market price, which is $115. Current market price is $118. So if you get this and CoreWeave starts to pass $150 in the next few weeks or months, you guys are already going to be up $3,000. 30 times 100, every option goes up to $100. Just in case CoreWeave starts to have some retracement and downturns, we want to consider our risk. So that's why we got expiration of March 2026 to do with our time. And that's in case our time is our second biggest asset. So over time, the stock is supposed to be appreciating. And just in case it doesn't, we have way more time on our side. And I just like this play right here just because this stock right here is always good around the $100 level. Every time I've seen it since it opened up the past 6 months, the $100 level was where this stock tends to bounce around up. And since we almost touched $200 earlier in June, we hit 186. $200 is the next price target. So we're going to break past 200 and you might as well be able to write that move off with a call option. Some of the friends that you have in life could be the biggest energy drainers. Okay? We look around or always on social media, we look at our friends, they might be doing so well, or they might have this. And then we ask ourselves, how come God hasn't blessed me with this? I feel like once you realize that the friends that you have in life and the relationships that you have with your friends aren't what they are for, and then you start making adjustments, that's whenever you start being able to grow
And unless your friendships have God in your relationship, they will never prosper. So your homeboy Daquan that's always inviting you out to go to the club every weekend, and that's all y'all do. It's either y'all talk about women or y'all talk about the next play, or either y'all smoking or y'all drinking, but y'all never really have nothing that's gonna get you closer to God. So that's the relationships we gotta think about what we having right now, 2025. Is this my relationship with Daquan gonna bring me closer to God? Then you wanna start praying about your relationships. Unless your relationships have prayer in them, they never will prosper, guys. And that's what we gotta start really realizing, that God is gonna really strengthen our relationships. And then our relationships with our spouses. The reason why our relationships don't really grow, your relationship has to be on the same level. So both of y'all have to have the same amount of faith in God in order for it to work. Nowadays, when we see people date, we seeing people only go off physical attraction, or it's either less, or it's always something that makes them attracted to somebody else besides the ways that God sent you guys upon each other in the first place. Attraction is only a part of a relationship, okay? Y'all are physically attracted to each other. It's only a 20 to 30% part of a relationship. Another part of a relationship is the spiritual part of the relationship. Do y'all have a connection? There's things that you guys like to do. What do y'all do whenever y'all have time and it doesn't go beyond sex or the physical layer or the body? And the spirit has connections with whoever your spouse is in relationships. So that's why you got to put God in your relationship. When I say put God in your relationship, I mean you got to pray your relationship. You got to not only trust each other, you got to have faith, and you got to put time and effort into working in a relationship and spiritually being connected with that person. Okay? And that's why now we see today people will say that they wouldn't want to be married nowadays because how people act, or they just don't trust people nowadays. But first, it starts off with you. If you have a nice relationship with God, you can teach your spouse and you can start practicing what you preach by showing them, hey, this is our relationship with God. Let's make sure that God is staying in this relationship and He's blessing us, and He doesn't lead us away from temptations. Once you follow God, your relationship's always going to be spontaneous. Okay? In the Bible, it talks about being spontaneous and doing things for your other significant other, even though it's not asked for, or making sure that you're always keeping it spicy by surprising them unwanted gifts, things like that. It's always part of being spontaneous in a relationship. And always remember why y'all guys came together at the end of the day, because God sent you guys for a reason. So if there's any battles or conflicts, there's no way that you guys are getting divorced. That's not an option. So if y'all are so easy tempted into being able to go back to square zero or start over with a new relationship, it's going to be hard for you to be in a successful relationship. I feel like relationships is a journey. It's like a marathon. You might start out slow. You might have some battles, but once you start hitting out that curve on the track and then you get the straightaway, it's just going to be good from there. You just got to keep watering the plant, okay? And make sure whenever y'all date, don't let eyelashes, don't let eyelashes capture you. Make sure you're always looking beneath the surface, guys. Things are not what it seems. A lot of people get manipulated. They get altered in their way of thinking just because how the physical layer of people are attracted to them. You got to make sure you look beneath the water, and we got to see how people's mindsets are. We got to start reading people's habits. I'm not saying to judge your significant other or a person you like, but take things out how it is. You know what I'm saying? What are the things that they say? What are the things do they do? What are the things they have aligned with the connection with God? Do they bring up God a lot? Or do they have some type of standard or moral being in this world? Do they have a purpose? Do they like how you think? Do they react a certain way whenever things are said? These little things are just, we need to start realizing or putting into mind whenever it comes to dating or being around a certain person. With that being said, I believe that all people who are married should always talk about finances. I feel like, as being in social academics and in channel, we know we buy the dip. It's important that you communicate with your significant other if you're buying a certain expenses or you're investing in a certain asset. I feel like if you two work together, you're gonna be bound to beat inflation. Okay, two incomes is better than one. Two minds are better than one. And whenever two minds collide, they start to come up with a big project and they start to add to the way of sparking a new innovation in the mind, okay? And the way that communication works is, if something goes wrong, we can get another perspective. The man doesn't always have to make the financial decision. Women are good at other things too, like HR roles. They're good at business. There's ways that things can be made without have to be in one way censored. Okay, the car doesn't have to be made by going to the dealership. We don't have to get a car at the dealership for $30,000. Let me talk to my wife about it. Maybe she can find another deal.